Hey guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's 3:30 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, so to update you on how I function here. This morning I was wondering what I was going to talk about, and there's a few things that I really think are important. Um, as I was contemplating what to talk about, I saw a CBS News clip that talked about how important this transition is. Um, Inviting when the outgoing president invites the new president's family in, how all of America witnesses this, and it's kind of a moving on period. Um, they showed Jimmy Carter on his loss to Ronald Reagan in 1980, and they showed his concession speech. Um, and it was heartfelt. It's Jimmy Carter said that he understands, he accepts his loss, and he's and he kids around a bit, and you could tell it's almost on the edge of tears. And he says he looks forward, but with not as much enthusiasm as he did 4 years ago to the next 4 years. He's joking around that he lost. He accepts it. And you look out at the audience, and you see his people crying, and it all clicked right there when I saw that it's a grieving period, and this is only the sixth time in history where this president won't be at the inauguration and won't welcome in the new family. I'm not sure about the welcoming in the new family. I think that's happened even less. Um, and it's not just about these two people. It's a transition period for the whole country, and this is what worries me. And then they showed Trump, and they showed him just insisting that he won the election. They showed clips of him from 6 months ago, 8 months ago, talking about how it's going to be stolen from us. It's going to be stolen. It's rigged. And then they just showed in succession how he talked. He kept drilling it in to his supporters' brains. It's going to be stolen from us. These evil people are going to steal it from us. And then they showed this clip where he's saying, and frankly, we did win the election. It was stolen from us, and it's just hammered into to his supporters. And that's what we have here. It doesn't bode well for our future. I also read another article this morning. I'm going to put a link down below. I've always wondered how people I love, people in my family, some people that I used to admire and respect, how they could possibly be Trump supporters. There's people around me that seem like such good people, and I don't understand how, when I look at Donald Trump, I see no good qualities. I don't. He's very aggressive, and he might have been a good businessman. That's even debatable. But as a person, he is a terrible human being. I don't, and this is what I don't understand, how other people can't see that. How can people I've loved for my entire life, fall for this and admire such a terrible human being? It doesn't make sense to me. And this term came up, narcissistic symbiosis, and it explained it a lot, without a doubt. I don't think it's even debatable that Donald Trump is a textbook narcissist. Now, if there's anybody out there that's viewing this video, and you don't really know what a narcissist is, some people might have been lucky throughout their entire lives and not had to deal with a narcissist in their family or in their love relationships, and maybe they just don't know what a narcissist is. I urge you to Google it. And it explained how a lot of the people have narcissistic tendencies themselves that look up to Donald Trump, and that was true with some of the girls I dated. One of the girls in particular that I dated, without a doubt, it was always about her being punished, and she kept getting, she was a very smart person, loving and everything, but she always complained about getting picked on. It was just a constant thing in her life, and she got fired from many jobs, one after the other, and the next. And I could see there was some issues there. Hey, I'm not throwing stones, man. I have not had, I've made my share of mistakes, as you guys well know. But anyway, the transition period, like I said, welcoming when they show the outgoing president welcoming the new president into the White House and showing them around. That is a huge. I didn't realize until I saw some of the clips on CBS News this morning. It's important for the whole country to see that. That's just not a little nicety, a nice little. It's not just a nice little tradition that we do, like the Christmas tree each year. It's really not. It's an important emotional, mental, psychological transition. I remember in 2016, I had been told that Hillary was going to win. And I despised Donald Trump back then. I did. I feared for the country. And when I woke up and found out he won, I was crushed. That's in my last 14 years of sobriety, that was probably the worst day of my life. And not to mention every single person around me was a Trump supporter. It was a bad day. I had nobody I could talk to. That's one of the main reasons I started this channel, so I would have you guys to talk to. Seriously. All right, now on to something very important I want to talk about. This is a good point. I saw it somewhere on the internet. For anybody thinking about going to the state capitals, to federal buildings, that's a Democrat, a leftist, progressive, liberal, to battle, to counter protest this Sunday on the 17th. By the way, the other group of Trump supporters begins with a B, ends with an O, that funky weird name. It seems that they're the main organizers for this Sunday. It's the 17th. And for any of you guys thinking to go there, please, I'm pleading with you, don't counter protest. Let them go. Let the National Guard, let the police, let the federal people, the state people deal with these. They've been, they've been on high alert. They've got plans to deal with this. Don't get in the middle of it. Don't counter protest. The main thing is we've seen how Trump supporters all at Washington D.C. that day are dying to blame this on somebody else. I got a comment on here. I just thought about that this morning. I got a comment on here from someone, and I didn't see that. I don't remember the name. And they told me, well, I got to check my facts because facial recognition and tattoos showed that the front line, the people breaking down those doors were AF. So I better check my facts. Yeah. I think because that happened so fast and furious. And I think a lot of, I'm glad, because I heard a lot of talk from BLM and some of the more militant black groups on how they were planning on going to Washington, D.C. to counter protest, and that's pretty nicely. And I'm glad they didn't, because then it would all get kind of foggy. It would all, it would give Trump supporters and Donald Trump, especially Donald Trump and people like him, the people still surrounding him, the opportunity to kind of haze this over and pretty much blame it on BLM or AF or whatever. Don't show up. Don't go. If these people need whatever they're going to do, let the federal government, local, state officials deal with it. They're prepared. They're making plans. Let them deal with it. Don't counter protest, please. The last thing I want to see is people like me, left, Democrats, getting in the middle of this, being blamed for this. Do not give them the opportunity. It actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. Yesterday, it actually briefly crossed my mind here in Hartford. I was wondering if there's going to be protests and should I go. And the situation of taking a knee on my local green came back to mind, and my anger and rage that day. Should I do this? no, I shouldn't do this. No good can come of this. So please do not watch it on TV and let the National Guard, state, local authorities deal with this. Do not become the willing scapegoat, or the not willing but accidental scapegoat of Trump and his people. All right, I'll be back later with another video. You guys have a good Wednesday.